All right, hey everybody, welcome back to the eBay shop. My name's Corey.
I'm Teresa.
And we are Grams and Pops Vintage. And today we're going to talk about kind of the realities of switching to the high ticket sales model on eBay that we've been trying to do. We've been doing fairly well at it. It's starting to pick up. Yep. And we're going to show you kind of how that affects us in the shop a little bit. Talk about some of the things that it makes different from sourcing to storage all the way through. So we're going to get into some of that, but as usual, we do have some stuff going out today, some good stuff going out today.
We do.
And what's the first thing that sold?
We sold a car stereo. We sold a Chrysler Dodge Caravan 2002 to 2007 factory tape CD AM FM stereo.
Yep. So it's this one here. What's that fit? A Chrysler, you said. But
I said Chrysler Dodge Caravan.
Do you know what year?
You were not listening.
I didn't catch
2002 to 2007.
Okay, there it is.
Jiminy Christmas.
Tested and working.
Tested and working. I do have fun testing these. It still has, does that still have the
plastic
tape over the front? But it went for $44.99 plus shipping.
All right, the next one's not as good, but it's something Teresa can't resist. So
I know. I like my Happy Meal toys.
we've got some more McDonald's toys.
These were listed individually, but they are from the 2025 McDonald's Adult Happy Meal Minecraft movie. We have the fry helmet and we have the soda potion. Yep. They have everything in it. It has the card. It has everything in there.
I won't take them out of the box, but that's what they are.
One sold for $24.99. The other one sold for $14.99 for a total of $39.98.
All right, so other than our sales picking up and looking really good because we're selling more high ticket stuff, probably the first thing we started to notice recently is sourcing season is back here and sourcing has really changed for us.
It is. I do try and do better with just grabbing the higher stuff, but I will still say this, and I know it drives Corey nuts, but I still do pick up my bread and butter stuff.
It doesn't drive me nuts. We need the bread and butter stuff.
Yes, I still pick up bread and butter. I pick up jeans. I haven't picked up, oh yes I did. I picked up one set of Tupperware this year. Yeah,
we do still need the bread and butter stuff as fillers. There's no issues on my side with picking that stuff up, but we pick up way less of it. This year, like typically for the last 3 years, we go to a community sale and we come home when the car is packed to the roof.
Yep.
Trunk, back seat, sometimes on the floor in the front seat. You just never know. Yep. Like we fill a car every time. Yep. This year we went to a bunch of sales. Not one day out of the 4 days we went shopping did we fill the car to the full.
Nope. We did fill the trunk and part of the back seat one day.
Yep.
But so we went to 4 community wides this weekend. One was a little puny little like 10 garage sale community wide.
What's but with it's the pinky?
I don't know. But between the 4 of the community-wide garage sales, there were over 170 garage sales there. Did we hit them all? We hit all of them in Laverne. We hit all of them in Madison.
We hit a lot.
We did not hit all of them in the big one.
Yeah, I don't think we hit 170, but I think we hit over 100.
Yes.
So we did very well, but we were much pickier about what we were grabbing. And we were grabbing stuff that was way more expensive, but it wasn't stuff that would there was nowhere near the volume.
Yep.
So when we came home at the end of the day, we might be pulling 20, 30 items out of the car rather than 200-300 items out of the car. Yep. So that's working very well for us. We had the same, actually I think we had more value in resale value in the car with it half full than we did with it completely packed on a multi-day run.
We did.
Like we packed a lot of really good value into that car in those days.
And we got a couple of them. We got some really good deals on.
Yep. Yeah, we did. We were finding good deals still, and we were buying stuff that was. I know for a fact we got stuff that's in the $300, $400, $500 range, and typically we wouldn't have that.
No, and typically one of the things that we picked a lot up of, Corey told me I had to quit doing it, but I grabbed I think I have 6 purses. Coach, Dooney and Burke.
Yep.
I think those are the only 2 I bought because those are the only 2 I know how to verify what they are.
And I'm not even sure that we have to quit picking up purses if they're really good purses. I think we can still pick them up. It's just we're not comfortable enough or knowledgeable enough to pick up a car full of purses.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'm not Alicia.
We have to go into it in moderation. We grabbed 10 purses that day, and I think that's more than enough to get we're paying for an education. If some of them end up being duds, we can handle that hit.
Yep.
We didn't want to just pick them up all day long, but I mean, we were picking up some really high dollar stuff that day.
We picked up some.
Well, all 4 days, really.
We picked up a lot of stuff. Like one of the things Corey picked up, which we didn't know they made, was a GoPro drone.
A big GoPro drone and an expensive GoPro drone.
We picked up multiple purses. We picked up depth finders. We picked up
Underwater fish cameras.
Yep.
We picked up some headlight aiming kits.
Oh yeah, I'm excited about those ones.
Yeah, we got a lot of really high dollar stuff, and now we just have to keep doing that because it is starting to pay off in our resale. Like today, our packages are going to be down again. We're not going to have 40 things to pack, but I think our value is actually going to exceed what our normal Mondays are today. So
100% it is.
Yep.
It is.
So we did really, really well. All right, what's the next thing that sold?
We sold some shoes. We sold some Nike Air Zoom Pegasus 38 RPM. I don't know what that is. Summit White Volt shoes.
Yep, they're these guys here. Women's shoes.
They are. They're brand new.
Yep, those have never been.
No, those were part of, that was probably one of my biggest buys last year.
Yep, the shoe
I'm
buy.
pretty sure I paid like $400.
Yeah, we have a lot of them left, but we've made our money back on.
Oh yes, oh yes. So these ones sold for $53.99 plus shipping.
All right, and next something Teresa's getting more and more into this year is knives, like not pocket knives so much. That's my category. I look for those all the time, but this like a kitchen knife. What brand is that?
This is a Woosoff.
Woosoff.
I don't know if it's WUSTHOF. It's a Trident Grand Prix 2. It is only a 3.5-inch paring knife, made in Germany.
Yep, and we do wrap those in cardboard. We don't just store them in a.
Unless if they come in a box, I leave them in their box. But this was in a box that was not meant for them, and so I decided to sell all of the knives individually.
Yep.
But this one's over $44.99 for a paring knife.
Yep.
Like, just peel some potatoes.
A 9-centimeter paring knife.
I don't know what that means.
I think that's the whole length. Well,
no, that's the blade. I think that's the blade.
Yeah. Now, other than the fact that we're buying different stuff and we're buying way less stuff this year, our sourcing has really changed in the fact that we don't have to rush to garage sales anymore. I've noticed that a lot just this weekend. Mm-hmm. We can roll up to a garage sale at 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon before they close, and the stuff we want is still there. Nobody's buying it.
Yep, because it's higher dollar. Not many people want to fork out that money. Even though for us, it's like the one fish finder is like a $300 and some fish finder. We paid up for it.
And that was after I watched a reseller grab it, hold on to it, comp it on his phone. He looked it up, saw the value of it, and then looked at the price tag and put it back on the shelf and walked away. Like he was actively comping the thing in front of me. And when he walked away, I did the same thing. I comped it. I looked at the price tag. It was $100 is what they asked for it, but it comps for $300 and it has an amazing sell-through, like over 100% sell-through rate. There's no way I wasn't going to grab that.
No.
A $200 profit and it's a flip that's going to go in 90 days. Like I would take that every day of the week, but most resellers are still stuck in that. Stingy. I don't want to pay more than a couple dollar thing.
Yep.
And when they see that $50 to $100 price tag, they tend to put it down.
What do they call that? Sticker shock?
Yeah.
They get sticker shock. Which I still do for some things.
Well, we are too. We're still trying to train ourselves out of it, but we see a $100 item and it's very easy to say, no, I'm not even going to look it up. But to look it up and still put it back with a $200 profit attached to it and everything's there and it looks like it's in good working order, like that I would do every day of the week. So that's kind of what I'm talking about. Like we don't have to rush to be the first one at a sale because a lot of the stuff we're buying is priced up.
Yep.
And it's more expensive stuff and people just aren't willing to take the risk on it. And we're in a position now where we can.
Yes. I have Corey just say, just buy it.
Yep.
Even though I'm still leery on it.
Yeah. So it is a mind shift that we're still working on, but I think we're really getting there now. Mm-hmm. Like we are paying up more and it is benefiting us already. Like we're already making more than we were for way less sales, like half the sales. So we're about to our goal as far as where we wanted to be, half as many sales for the same amount of money.
Yep. And I just want to tell people, just because we're doing it doesn't mean it might be the right thing for you.
No, it's not.
You know what
It
I mean?
wasn't
I don't
the
want
right-
people to just go jump into it and say, I'm going to go buy this $100 thing, and I'm going to buy this $100 thing, and this $50 thing, this $50 thing, and then be mad at us because we sold what we had, but that didn't work for you.
Well, to be very clear, this wasn't the right method for us a year ago.
No.
Doing this a year ago for us was not feasible or smart. We couldn't afford to take that risk then. This is a progression in our eBay business, and this is just where we're at now, but it took us 4 years to get here. So it's not something that we would have done year 1 or year 2 or even year 3.
Nope.
It's really something we grew into, and it's where we're really trying to get is way less customer. And another part of this that I'm really enjoying is when somebody spends $300-400 on an item, they're not the ones that complain and whine and they want their money back. When you sell something for $10 or under, those are the people that are griping and whining and wanting returns and trying to scam, and like that happens a lot more on those cheap small items than it does on the larger items. If somebody's willing to dump $300, they've done their research, they know what they want, they're happy with what they get, and all you get is positive reviews back for the most part.
We sold some I don't know why I said tie. We sold some cufflinks. These, I was absolutely shocked. There were not another pair out there for a long time, but they are David Brown Tractor, rose badge, silver tone with enamel. Is that silver? They are silver, right?
They're like gold tone.
Oh, man.
They're kind of silverish.
I don't know. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for it, but they're enamel cufflinks.
Those were the original DB Cooper cufflinks that he had on in the plane.
Not. They're for a tractor. I had to do research on them to figure out what the logo was.
It is a tractor company, yeah.
It is, and I did a lot of research over in, because I think I said they were from like England or something.
Yep.
And there was a dispute between two farmers, one that used a red rose and one that used a white rose on their stuff. It was very interesting. If you get a chance, go Google it, because it's David Brown Tractor.
So what did the Family Feud tractor cufflinks sell for?
$59.99 free shipping. It's going to cost me $4 to ship those.
I wonder who won.
I think they merged together. That's why the red
so
rose
they both
and the white
won.
rose. Yeah. Okay, so the next thing that we sold was a Harley Davidson men's quilted plaid thinsulate gray and blue shirt jacket.
Yeah.
Shacket?
It's like one of those heavy insulated flannels.
It is. So you can wear it for a coat or you can wear it for a jacket.
And it does have like a Harley logo.
It has the Harley
on
logo
the side over here, and it's Harley branded on the tag.
It has it in two spots. It has
all the buttons are Harley branded on down the front.
Yep. It has a big Harley hit on the back, up on the shoulders, and then it has a Harley hit on the pocket. But
what's that sell for?
I paid up for that. I paid $10 for that.
Uh-oh.
But it sold for $52.99.
All right, so what's the downside of doing what we're doing? Because there is a downside. There's a trade-off for sure. And I think the downside really hit home with Teresa
Teresa wanted to cry. Yep, Teresa wanted to cry. I didn't think to look at the back of the stuff because the model and everything was right on the front of it. So I just did my quick eBay comp, whatever. There was one listed in England. There were 7 of them sold here in the States. I was slightly confused when I went to go do it, and I flipped it over.
It's like a
light therapy
kit.
UV.
And it comps great, and it sells great, and everything looked great, and we paid up for it, which was great.
We paid $50 for it. It comps for anywhere between $175 and $200 and some dollars.
Yep. And with none being here in the States, I think we would have probably got more on the 200 side. And unfortunately, when she flipped it over and looked at the back, it's RX only. So even though they are on eBay, technically we can't sell. We wouldn't risk our eBay account to try to sell it for a $200.
Had I read so they had stuck a little note on the front of it telling what it did, but I only got through the first paragraph. I didn't read the second paragraph where it says you have to take it to a doctor to have them set it up to the right setting for you. So I should have read that. I did not, but we paid up for it and paid $50 and I can't sell it now. I got to figure out what to do with it.
So that is the downside. When you're paying up for stuff, you're taking a much higher risk and your losses are greater when something like this happens, or if we had gotten it home and it didn't work or anything like that.
Yeah, and we've done that with stereos. Like I'm pretty sure the stereo that I just ordered the cable for, we paid $30 or $40 for.
30.
Okay. And I ordered the cable for it because I can't figure out the wiring on it to be able to do it. And I want to list it, and it's a $300 stereo. But I don't know if it works right now. We paid $30 for it.
Yep. So the risk you take and the losses you take from those risks if they don't pan out are much higher. So you have to be in a position to absorb those and the mindset to be able to let it go when it happens and just put it in a dumpster and be okay with it. Now, the RX thing, because it's RX, we really can't sell that anywhere. It's illegal to sell anywhere, whether they let you or not.
Yeah, the only thing I think we could do is look and see if some of those companies that buy medical equipment,
Yep.
if they'll buy it and resell it.
And sometimes you can sell parts. Like if there's a power supply for it, sometimes you can sell that, but you can't sell the unit. There's a good chance that's going to be a $50 loss for us. We'll do a little more research, but at the end of the day, we may have to actually put that in a dumpster and just be okay with the loss. And
I'm just going to give myself light therapy just to make it worth it.
And that's definitely a downside to doing this. Now, you have to be more careful when you buy.
Yep.
You have to do a little more research because you're investing more.
Yep.
And sometimes you're going to take a hit, but like we wouldn't sit there and do 20 minutes of research at a garage sale on a pair of Rock Revival jeans.
Nope.
We just wouldn't do it. But if we were going to pay $50 for those jeans, we probably would.
I would.
Yeah. So we need to get more in the mindset of it. If it's a higher dollar item, they're not going to care if you sit there and do the research on it if they're going to make $50 to $100 on that item.
Nope.
So take time to do the research and just be okay with taking a loss once in a while, because just like the small items, sometimes there's duds, and these ones are just a little bigger and they hurt a little more.
I'm not going to say it.
Were you going to say I'm a dud? How did I know it? How did I know it?
You're not a dud.
I'm not a dud.
You're a popper. You just pee!
Well, that's got to get cut out. All right, what's sold next?
So the next item, I did a lot of research on it. I hemmed and hawed. I know Corey hates it when I say that, but I did. This was a Facebook Marketplace deal, and I tried to make a deal with the lady for 2 additional pieces, and she would not budge on the one. So I finally was like, you know what? I just want these 3. So I bought its old vintage radio.
Like
I don't know if that's
CB
really
equipment.
vintage. Yes, CB, what do they call that? The ham radio type is what that other one is.
Yeah.
But this is a Alinco DR-135T MKII mobile transceiver radio with microphone cord and...
Yep. So this is what it is. It's a CB radio, and it's a higher end one. It's not like one of the cheap Cobras you'd put in your pickup truck in high school, which we all had, I think. I don't know.
The bonus of this?
But that's what it is right there.
The bonus of this is there were none listed. There were multiple sold, none listed. So I made a deal with the lady for 3 things, and I got all 3 of them for $140. But that alone almost doubled my money at $249.99 for that.
Yep, and those are the
That's
kind
high
of
dollar.
sales that we're trying to get. Those are the perfect kind of sales. The $50 sales I will never turn down, but those are the kind of sales we're really trying to move to. And I think this weekend we did really good at pushing ourselves into that range. Like a lot of the stuff we bought was in that range.
This is the second item out of that thing. The only one I have left is a vintage microphone, or I don't know, it says
like
microphone, but it's like an
It's
old...
like the desktop microphone
Yes.
you push the button
Yes,
on.
yes. So this is a Tucker T100 300W antenna tuner.
So that's what it is right there. This would sit on your desk, basically.
Yep, there's no power cords to it. There's no nothing. I did use one of my own power cords to power it up to show. I did make a boo-boo on this. I listed it that it had something with it, but it really doesn't. And so I got to make this whole with the guy. But he was really understanding about it. I blamed my brother.
She did. She actually did.
I did blame my brother.
So that's what it is. It's a desktop antenna tuner. And what's that sell for?
That sold for $110, but I have to give him a $5 refund, so it will be $105.
All right, so that's kind of what it looks like from the sourcing side and from the items we're getting. It's starting to pay off, as we said. Now, from internally in the shop here, that's starting to change the way we do stuff here too, because as we've said, we've got like 4,400 items on eBay.
Yep.
We're slowly kind of liquidating that inventory. We're doing it on the dollar auction mostly, where we're kind of picking a shelf, we're clearing that shelf, and then we're filling it back up with more high dollar stuff.
Yep.
I know this week we picked up 3 decent sized like underwater camera systems. We
Or
picked up
fish finders.
Yep, fish finders. We picked up a drone. We picked up
trying to think.
The headlight kits.
We picked up a VCR DVD combo, and we picked up a tuner receiver.
Yeah, an old Pioneer receiver that comps out for a few $100s. So we have a lot of high dollar stuff, and all of that stuff would basically fill an entire shelf. Like, I think we could fill a shelf, and there's probably $1,200-$1,500 there pretty easily.
Yep.
On one shelf. Now we'll go show you internally here why that matters. Okay, so it's a little messy in here, but let's just say shelf D here, for example. This shelf right here, and we looked it up beforehand, this shelf right here has a total of about $200 sitting on it.
Yep.
And that shelf is full, and that would pretty much hold
most of the bigger
stuff.
Things, yes.
So if we could take $200 off of this shelf and liquidate it, even at 10%, then we can put $1,200 back on that shelf. So for us right now, these shelves they're at a loss. Like, yep. Yes, they have good inventory on them, and it's all good eBay listed inventory.
Yep.
But they're also listing, like they're holding us back from listing $1,200 because we have stuff.
Show my stuff.
I mean, look at this back corner. This is all this stuff on the floor back here is all inventory, and it's all higher dollar stuff. Like, down there is like $600-$800 worth of lamps and stuff. So we've really got to start clearing shelves to get our higher ticket stuff on here.
I will tell you that one shelf that he did show you, that a majority of that stuff, if it doesn't sell before July, we are doing a Christmas in July raid train. And so I'm going to go through our Christmas stuff, and I'm going to get rid of a bunch of our Christmas stuff that I've had that's listed on eBay that, I need space for stuff.
And I think probably what we've decided, we talked about it a little bit, and I think what we decided we're going to do is we're going to pick one shelf at a time that we need to fill with inventory. We're not going to clear it until we have the inventory, because it is good inventory. It is current eBay listings. So we're going to pick a shelf that we need for the stuff we bought.
Yep.
We're going to put it on like a 50% sale on eBay for a week long. And then everything that doesn't move to clear that shelf, we're going to pull over to the dollar auction. We're going to run it at $1 starts.
Yep.
So we do have one of those coming up. It's not for that shelf. It's for another shelf we need, but we have really good inventory. And I think we're going to do like 2 or 3 shelves. There's going to be like 60 items.
Yep.
So Friday,
May 9th. At 6 o'clock, we are going to do a show, but I do have to plug as well. Rebellious Roads Resell is going to be on after us. So once we're done with our show, we're going to raid into theirs.
Yep. So if you're looking for good eBay inventory, and we're going to run it all at $1 starts,
yep.
It's going to be good price. It's going to be like garage sale prices, and we're just going to move it out and clear our shelves. Come join us Friday, May 9th, right? May 9th, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on the dollar auction. And we're just going to liquidate those shelves so we fill them up with our higher end stuff. All right, what did we sell next?
The next one is something we've had in our shop for over a year, I think. We took them golfing with us last year.
No, not this set.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. This was a different set. But I bought these because they were good clubs at the time. And I did the comps on them. I knew they were good clubs. But then we stuck them in a corner and didn't list them because they're big. And they're one of those things that you just keep saying, I don't want to clean. I don't want to list. So they're golf clubs. Yep.
They are right-handed Nike SUMO SQ iron set. It has the 4-through putter, the AW, which we decided was...
approach wedge.
Well, yeah, but that's not what I called it. Somebody else called it something else. And a Mach Speed 3 wood, flex steel.
So a whole set of irons and one driver, or one wood, or whatever you call it.
I don't know what they're called.
And they're all Nike SUMO, which Nike clubs, they don't make anymore. I heard they might start making them again, but right now, all the Nike clubs you find are basically vintage because they don't make them.
Yep.
And the grips are all in decent shape. So... we did list those, and they sold within a few days.
They did. So we got an offer right away of like $130, and I'm like, no, we just list them. Corey's like, I don't take that offer. I know it's going to sell for more. So I just ignored it, let that offer die. I didn't respond to it or anything. And then we had 2 more offers come in the next day for $130 and $140. And then after those offers came in, somebody came in and paid $199.99, which was full price for all the clubs.
Yep, and we paid like $40 for those a year ago. And if you list an item and you start getting offers right away,
You know it's a good item.
Just ignore the offers. Don't accept or decline them. Just ignore them is what we kind of do. And usually if you get offers coming in right away, it's because it's a good item. It's going to sell. So we just sit on them. And usually within the first week, they'll pop and somebody will come in and just grab them because it's, I mean, if it's a good item, I'll sit on it. I'll wait because I know it's going to sell. And those did. I just wish we hadn't sat on them for a year before we listed them.
Right? Okay. The next item we sold was something Corey picked up at somebody at a garage sale, but they were liquidating their photography business. So it is a PocketWizard Plus 2, I so botched that. PocketWizard Plus 2 transceiver with cable, tested and working.
Yep. So it's like a remote control for a flash.
It's not the shoe. Yeah, I think that's what it is.
It does have the cold shoe on it, and the hot shoe on this side, which just means
even know that
because the hot shoe has a connection for the electrical, and the cold shoe is just plastic. It's how you hook our microphone to the top of our camera.
Okay.
So that's what it is. And usually when we see the flash equipment for modern photography, we'll look it up. And that one sold for how much?
$37.99.
All right, so I think that's it. And we do have some packing to do, but a lot less packing than we would have had to do a year ago at this time.
Yes, and besides our live coming up on Friday, I know Thursday for sure the Citywide starts, one of the big Citywides that we love to go to, starts on Thursday. There probably might be some sales on Wednesday. I don't know if we'll go on Wednesday. We might make it a 2-day event. But I do have an event at the escape room Wednesday night as well. So if we did go Wednesday, I'd have to come back and make sure I was ready for that.
And somebody just booked while we were recording.
For tonight at 5:30.
Ick.
2 people throwing axes, so it's all good. I'll just pick up McDonald's on the way home.
There you go. So I think that's it. We're going to pack up what we do have. And we have like 4 bags of dollar auction stuff that we already packed up.
Yeah, we had 28 orders from Friday. That we had to pack up for
out
the
of
dollar
like
auction.
60 sales. So it was a good sale, and we did really well there.
Say that again.
It was a good sale.
Sale, not sell.
Sale. It was a good.
It was a good auction. There you go. You just say that. It was a good auction.
It was a good series of purchases.
It wasn't us purchasing. It was a good series of orders.
We liquidated a shelf, and it worked.
Well, we didn't. So I will tell you, we picked up some amazing items this weekend. And among that were some Coach wallets.
Yep.
And as hard as it was for me not to sell those on eBay, Corey and I made the decision that we were going to sell them on the dollar auction to share our, how do I say it?
Our fortune?
Share our fortune of
our
all
good
the
luck.
goods.
Not a fortune as in we're rich, because we're not.
No. But they were just amazing items, and I got them for really good price. So
well, we picked up an entire Wii bundle with like 5 games and controllers, tested and working. For $15, and we went ahead and ran that whole bundle on there as well.
So watch, because not everybody is selling. I mean, they're selling random stuff on there, but there is some really good stuff on there.
Again, we're very actively, like, I will pick that stuff up every time. I mean, a Wii bundle goes for $60, $50, something like that, and if I'm going to pick it up for $15, I'm not going to leave it at a garage sale. But also, I'm not going to take up $200, $300, $400 worth of shelf space with it. So I will probably move that kind of stuff on the dollar auction more often than not.
Yep.
And I don't mind doing that. At $30, we doubled our money. We had it in our possession for what, 24 hours? And so I'll do that. So when we do run our auctions, we're going to try and make sure they're all stuff that we would have picked up and sold a year ago and would still today. It's just shelf space right now is at a premium, and we're trying to get our listing count down.
Yes.
So if you guys can benefit from that, all the better. So, all right. Well, we will see you guys Friday if you happen to stop in, and if not, we'll see you next Wednesday. Wednesday. Words are hard.
He's struggle busting today. Hasta la vista, baby.